Hello, everyone, and welcome to the HHW Show podcast, the hard hitting wrestling show. And I have Hector and Frank could not be with us tonight, but hey, we'll include his picks later on and update in our website. But this Saturday, it is Crown Jewel, and it's actually going to have a kickoff show, which is pretty unique. We haven't seen a kickoff show in a long time. And it's going to be pretty interesting because really, this is the actual first premium event of the opening season of WWE.
Yeah, and this is exciting times, because we're getting closer to Survivor Series, and that leads to the end of the year into the Royal Rumble, baby. It's
Yeah, and
happening fast.
the start, are there going to be titles change, or is it going to be stalemate and leave as is? I mean, there's just so many questions, a lot of concerns about certain individuals, and we're going to
Mhm.
get that and much, much more. And we'll start off real quick, man, with the kickoff show. And again, we haven't seen the kickoff show in a very long time for this.
Right.
And I guess it's just the ratings. It's a Saturday, uh, very early,
Yeah.
being that it's in the Middle East, right?
Yeah.
And the actual show starts at 1, but this one's at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 o'clock in the morning on the West Coast. I
Hmm.
mean, you could get up and eat your breakfast and watch the matches, or I mean, this almost resembles like the NFL, right? They're going to Europe, you're watching your game at 9 in the morning. So, but
Yep.
this one's pretty intriguing because uh it all started with JD and Dominic Mysterio attacking Sami Zayn, and Ricochet had to come to the rescue.
Yep.
Zayn it's called out JD for a match. He got it. Here we are. And my take, I say, listen, Sami Zayn could do it all over again. The same scenario, the same type of atmosphere he was with the Bloodline on SmackDown. He could do it again on Raw, this time with Judgment Day, and he'll start off from the bottom, work her way up. He'll go against JD and take the victory.
Yeah, I think so too. I was kind of wondering, is the bloodline going to have JD's back, or are they just going to leave him high and dry? Sami Zayn said he can do this all by himself, right? He could take on everybody if he wanted to. He's not afraid of them. I mean, he has experience with this, being with the bloodline and everything like that. So I think it's kind of crazy in a way that you could try to take on Judgment Day by yourself, but it is what it is. Yeah, you're right. I think he'll have a victory over JD McDonough here.
Yeah, I mean, looking at this, I mean, could it be that something could happen during the kickoff show and then they change the match in the middle to where we have a tag team match or something? Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of ifs into this, but if I keep it just straight up them two, I say it could be the most maybe a 10-minute match. I can see Sami Zayn winning, and it's not going to be good for JD with a loss saying like, "Hey, go back to Judgment Day," and be like, "I couldn't get the job done."
Right.
It doesn't look good for him. I mean, is he? Let's ask this: JD, is he really a Judgment Day guy?
I think so. I really think so. There's something there that we're not seeing, that they think they try to pull the wool over our eyes with. But I do think he is going to be a member. He is a member of. If, call me crazy, but who's to say that he may be the one pulling all the strings and not Rhea Ripley? We're just making us think that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
It's just crazy to think that, because all of a sudden he came out of nowhere, and now he's all in Judgment Day's business, trying to get their approval, wanting in with them. So something's fishy with this.
Look, I'm a firm believer on this. And no matter what group you're in, there's always a leader.
Yeah,
There's
right.
always a leader. There's
Yes.
no like in unison or stuff like that because you always have arguments somewhere, somehow. Yeah, you could come together, but there's got to
Mhm.
be a leader.
Right. You're absolutely
Absolutely.
right. Somebody got to lead the way. Yeah.
Right. Bianca Belair is back, and this time on SmackDown, and she is chasing
Hmm.
the women's championship versus Io Sky. Io Sky cashed in out during SummerSlam, right? Cashed in
Yep.
the Money in the Bank briefcase. She
Yep.
defeated Belair after Belair won a triple threat match. Now we got them here, And I'm gonna go back to what John Cena has said to Roman Reigns: is you got to earn it. And
Yeah.
I understand that Bianca Belair did start before at the bottom, worked her way up to get that title match, and now she's done with that. She's cutting through, taking the playbook from Charlotte Flair, but I don't think it's gonna happen. This title is not changing hands. I got a feeling that Io Sky will remain as the women's champion.
Yeah, I really believe so too. And I want to see her do it by herself. She has the potential. We've seen her do it in NXT. She has all the talent, all the capabilities to do things on her own. And but of course she's got her little entourage with her. But yeah, you're right. I think Io walks away still the champion.
All right, John Cena and Solo Sikoa. We just mentioned about you got to earn it. The GOAT of WWE. Now, this all started on his return with his new shirt, new hat. I mean, actually, it's the same design, just a different color.
Mm.
But he the greatest of all time. It was established on his last return. He is the greatest of all time. Now, this is not something that we've been saying for a while. This has just recently come up as a nickname for him. And every time he comes out, before you say the word John Cena, the announcers are saying the greatest of all time. I'm telling you this. This is the start of Cena Nation all over again. This is not part-time John Cena. Something's gonna happen. This is the longest we see John Cena wrestling. There is an agenda. And that agenda is this. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is a buildup for John Cena for maybe, just maybe, WrestleMania. Forget about Cody Rhodes. Forget about LA Knight. Listen to this. He did say he did not earn it in front of Roman Reigns' face. Called down LA Knight because he earned it. He deserved that title shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Beating Solo will only get him to a stepping stone higher. Get another match with Jimmy Uso, beat him down, and then you got yourself a match with Roman Reigns. This has got to happen. There's a reason why they call him the greatest of all time. Maybe breaking that record and be the 17th-time champ. You always wanted to know who's going to take down Roman Reigns. I'm all in for John Cena.
I disagree. I don't think it's going to be John Cena. I think they're hyping us up and making us believe that he is the greatest of all time. Don't get me wrong. He is one of the greatest, but I'm sorry. To me, he's not the greatest. There's been superstars, that's been in this business way longer than him, who's done a lot more. I mean, besides just winning championships. I mean,
okay, when you say a lot more, what is a lot more to you?
I mean, you gotta, your longevity, your consistency with the business and being there day in and day out and doing things. I mean, he's just known as a 16-time world heavyweight champion. But then you got guys who are working their butt off day in and day out, taking that step down from winning a heavyweight title to go down and winning another singles title, or even teaming up with somebody to win the tag team titles, then work their way back up, not losing a step in between. But John Cena has been taking a lot of time off and doing things and just coming back and winning the world heavyweight title. So to me, I mean,
well, technically, since he started at part-time, he's always gave it away. He's lost all these matches to put people over. So you mean to tell me that through his tenure in WWE that he didn't sacrifice a lot to what he come now? And you talking about other people did a lot more. What is a lot more when this guy has done a lot more outside the ring, so representing WWE more than what he has done in the ring?
Well, I get that. I mean, but we didn't have all this outside stuff that the WWE is doing now that he is representing back in the day. Had they had that, then we could be talking about somebody like Hulk Hogan being the greatest of all time.
This guy has the #1 selling merchandise of all time.
Okay,
this guy has been
that doesn't make him the greatest. That doesn't make him the greatest
This
because
doesn't make the greatest. The
No.
guy's probably is the highest paid superstar of all time. And he
Okay.
is not the greatest.
So
He
you're
is
gonna
not the
tell
greatest with what he's done in the ring.
so you're gonna tell me just because the Dallas Cowboys have the highest selling merchandise in the world that makes them the greatest football team in the NFL?
They were in the 90s. They were
No,
the
no, I'm talking
dynasty.
about no. Are they
But
the
I'm just
greatest of all
saying,
time?
but he's won.
Okay,
He's
he
won
made he's
every
won.
time. When
No.
he pops every time. Like John Cena is, dude, John Cena is the man. Now,
Okay,
you
he is
want to
one of the
compare
greatest.
to
He's
what The
one of the
Rock did
greatest.
in the past or what Stone Cold is. Stone Cold and everyone else before him. Look, they established a platform to allow John Cena to do what he did, and he took it to another level.
When you talk
That's
about the
something that
greatest,
no one else could say. Not even the current superstars right now could say that they're just as great as John Cena right now.
I tell you, The Undertaker is the greatest of all time compared to John Cena. Okay, because The Undertaker did not give up anything. He fought and stretched for 30 years in the business. He did when he had an opportunity to go
And
somewhere
he
else.
still
He
was
didn't.
part-time. He was still part-timer.
Okay,
And his
look,
last just the same amount of time John Cena stepped away from WWE to be a part-timer, The Undertaker did the same thing. You never saw The Undertaker after WrestleMania. You always see him coming up around the Royal Rumble time, and then he disappears after WrestleMania just to come back again, or maybe a pop-up for SummerSlam, just like Brock Lesnar.
but see,
All right.
Undertaker
So
knew. But
again, I
no,
mean,
but
that's why I'm
Brock
asking you.
Lesnar, no, Brock Lesnar is a
No,
whole different story because
but it's the same thing.
he
They're
no, it's not.
part-timers.
No, the
Undertaker was a part-timer.
No, The Undertaker took punishment that made him take time off from all them surgeries, but he knew how to adapt to every single
So
era that there was. Okay,
because John Cena didn't get hurt as much as The Undertaker, because he had to deal with a lot of pain and stuff. They all did. Just John Cena was more physical. He was athletic. He was taking care of his body. He did what he had to do. I'm saying he is the greatest of all time, man.
He's not.
You got to
He's
put
not.
that respect to John
No,
Cena.
no, I'm
You
not.
got
I'm not.
to.
I'm sorry. I'm not.
The
I'm
amount of
not.
sacrifice
No,
time that he has
no.
done inside and out on a daily
No.
basis. He lived WWE.
No, he didn't. The Undertaker lived
Oh.
WWE, not John Cena.
Okay.
John Cena was just a face or the face that represented the WWE outside of the ring,
Just
and did all that. Okay, but no, I'm sorry. The Undertaker will always, to me, be the greatest.
There will be an actual documentary of John Cena, and they're gonna break it down exactly, detail to detail, as why he is the GOAT.
No,
but
he's
let's not carried away with the crown jewel. I know Cena's gonna win on Saturday. You agree? Because you know the GOAT's gonna win. That's right. Moving on to the Cody Rhodes.
He's gotta have the last word, right?
You know this because I'm right.
No, you're not.
Cody Rhodes versus Damian Priest. Rhodes is looking for retribution. Rhodes defeated Brock Lesnar. He also had the opportunity to beat Roman Reigns, but unfortunately, there was always this interference, right? Priest, on the other hand, is the Money in the Bank briefcase winner. He's also a tag team champion. Now with these guys going face to face, I don't know if it was a straight up match. And I'm still gonna go for him. I'm gonna go for Cody Rhodes victorious in this match. And there might be some more people involved into this match, but Cody Rhodes is gonna be the guy that's going to take the win.
Yeah, unfortunately, he is. I mean, because who he is. I mean, but I think he's doing something to Damian Priest. He's trying to get to his head and trying to make him understand and see what he's not seeing right now. Okay, that he does not need to be with Judgment Day. He doesn't belong with Judgment Day. He's a true leader, and that all this is going on, all this friction, all this animosity within Judgment Day with him. He's got to start seeing the picture. And I think Cody Rhodes trying to get him to see the light. Dude, you need to watch your back here. And so I think he's playing. He's not playing mind games with him, but I think he's helping him realize it.
Okay. A match that not a big fan of, but Rey Mysterio versus Logan Paul. Logan Paul, I think this is a setup. And if there's a title change, this is the one that's going to be changed. I do got a feeling that Logan Paul will defeat Rey Mysterio, set up a match for a rematch with Ricochet in the long run. Flirted with having the commentator go ahead and say his name, and she didn't want to do it. Ricochet, the fiance, shows up, got some words exchanged, and all this and that, all the yada yada. But however, I'm predicting Logan Paul versus Ricochet for a Survivor Series match. And now the title will change hands again. For Rey Mysterio, I don't know what direction he'll take once he loses this title.
Yeah, I don't know what direction he's going to take. Is he going to be just like the leader of the LWO, or is he going to step back? You know,
Or
I
maybe
just
he has another confrontation with his son. His son come out of nowhere and said, "Hey, deadbeat dad, you lost." And then they move over to NXT and they take the title away from his son. That'd be pretty awesome.
no. Yeah, I think you're just better off dealing with the goat crap than that little weird scenario. You're lucky I can't boot
Oh,
you out. I would have
oh
boot you
hell.
out of that one.
Dude,
Oh
I mean,
Lord.
look, that's the only thing left for Rey Mysterio is to finish his unfinished business with his son.
Okay, I get that, but not for the title though.
Hey, take the title and whip him with it, man. Mira,
No,
cocotazo.
well, he
Wah!
could take the title and whoop him, but not take it and become champion. But yeah,
Oh,
I think Logan Paul is gonna win this belt. Why else would he come back? You know,
hey,
I'm not a fan
Logan
of it.
Paul can't win an actual boxing title, but he could do it in WWE.
Yeah, they're gonna allow him to.
It's
I mean,
scripted. Yeah, yeah.
he can carry that title well with him, I believe. You know, with his in ring, microphone skills.
hmm
So I believe it'll fit him well for the time being.
All right. All right, here it goes. The Fatal Five Way. We got Rhea Ripley, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, Raquel Rodriguez. I don't see Rhea Ripley losing this title. I really don't. Is in her court. She's the face of the women's division of WWE, and out of these other four females going for this title, I don't think there's anyone in her level right now.
No, there isn't. And of course, I think she's going to have a little bit of help along the way trying to retain this title. I think these four women have issues with each other first. They need to deal with and iron out. Mainly Nia Jax,
Mm-hmm.
before either any one of them could think about becoming a champion right now. So
All
Rhea,
right.
I got
So
Rhea.
you agree with me?
I got Rhea. Yep.
All right. All right. Hey, now this is an interesting one. Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. I know there's a lot. They're trying to get a lot of backdoor involvement to this
hmm
match. And this is the most important match, I think, of the night. Will Seth Rollins keep this title? As of right now, I'm all in for Seth Rollins to remain as the WWE champion.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, Drew McIntyre needs to watch his back. It seems like Judgment Day is trying to help him, but I think they're really trying to stab him in the back here. And so I see Seth Rollins walking away with this title.
Okay.
And I don't even see Damian Priest even trying to attempt to cash in either.
No, I don't. There's no cash in. No. If dude, he's a tag team champion. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't see it. I don't know. I don't even know if there's an audible on this or what. I just don't see it. I really don't. All
Yeah,
right.
because I think real quick, with Drew McIntyre, he's weighing both ways. He's swaying both ways.
Mhm.
I think with the crowd, people want to hate him, but people are still loving him. I think he's going to have to really take charge of this and get the crowd to either like him or not like him. He
I
can't have
got
it
a
both
feeling
ways.
that this is the one that's gonna mark Drew McIntyre as to be a total heel once
It
he
has
loses match.
it has to be. I mean, you
Yeah.
talking about total destruction of Seth Rollins after the match? Yeah. I mean, just straight beat down. But
Maybe he'll join Judgment Day.
oh my God. That's
I
too
mean, they're recruiting.
that's too much personality right there. He ain't gonna
Very.
he won't take a back seat. He'll have to be the leader.
You know who else is not going to take a back seat is this guy right here, LA Knight. He is all in to go face to face with Roman Reigns for the undisputed championship. I like LA Knight, but he is not going to do it at Crown Jewels.
No, I mean he's got a bright future with him right now. I I want I want him to find his own identity. People are comparing him, to past superstars. I think he just needs to own it up for himself and make things his own.
But he
It's
has been doing his own. That's why I don't understand how people could compare him to Stone Cold. I always said that he always reminded me of Ric Flair, but the words he uses, the way he approaches on the mic, I don't see him like Stone Cold. I don't see any resemblance. He got the looks. He could carry himself as the how I put this, probably the best fashion clothes or whatever it is. I know he almost had that gimmick, right? But he could be that heel
well,
compared to Ric Flair. You know what I mean? Like he got the
you,
glasses, he got everything. He had that charisma of being a guy that could be a total heel. But
how
surprisingly, he is a kayfabe in this.
yeah, but how can you say you don't see Stone Cold? You see the vest, the walk, the attitude, getting in your face. The attitude, like, okay, he didn't trust John Cena at first, but hey, he warmed up to it. I mean, that's
Mm.
all Stone Cold Steve Austin right there. People knew they loved to hate him. They either loved him or they loved to hate him. And Stone Cold was that way. He would walk right by you like he did to Roman Reigns and not give you two cares in the world.
I guess because he doesn't talk like Stone Cold
No, he
makes it
doesn't.
original like LA Knight, and the
No.
way he talks, it just reminds me of Ric Flair. He got like resemblance for a lot of people, but he still got the attention of the people.
Yeah,
People are
he's
still cheering for him. You point those fingers and he doesn't have to say a word. People already know LA Knight.
yeah,
Bam.
but when I see an up and coming superstar like himself,
Mhm.
I don't want when I see him carrying himself, talking and walking and wrestling, I want to be able to say, wow, he's got what it takes. I see something in him. Not that, oh man, I see a little bit of Stone Cold, I see a little bit of Ric Flair. I don't want to see that comparison. I want to see him create his own personality like Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar or The Undertaker. To me, they didn't have any gimmicks that resembled of anybody from the golden era. You see what I'm saying? They made it their own. And I'm not taking none away from LA Knight. I like it. It's working for him right now. But I do see the Stone Cold Steve Austin. More of that than I do Ric Flair.
Mm.
Just with hair and glasses.
Point
But
there. Point there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That don't that sound like what? What?
No, because
What?
it's with a Y,
Okay.
EAH.
Okay, smart butt. But you get what I'm trying to get at with this.
Nah, I mean, no. I get it. I mean, if you're putting it that way, I understand. I just never saw him in those aspects because most of the time he was always on the mic and he knows how to drive the crowd.
Yeah.
Um, and when he speaks, he just reminds me of Ric Flair. That's all. Look at the 80s, how Ric Flair used to be on the mic during the NWA or the early WCW era, like
Mhm.
or AWA, like all those past. You look at Ric Flair with all that hair and everything else, his glasses, watches, and everything else, and you'd be like, damn, almost sounds just like him. But you got a point there. You see him as Stone Cold, I see him like Ric Flair. Not good, not good. And big ups to Roman Reigns. He'll retain his title. And I'm still gonna call the shots here. In the future, we'll have another match. Roman Reigns versus John Cena. It's gotta happen. He's already in, he's already involved against the bloodline. It's just gotta happen.
Well,
Unless,
we don't have that many
unless,
choices.
unless he gets that one more match to where Roman Reigns make the stipulation: if I beat you, you got to retire.
See, now when we talk about a stipulation like that, when they start talking in that aspect, then that gives away the fact that Roman Reigns is going to lose his belt eventually.
But I'm not saying that Roman Reigns is going to retire. I'm
Right.
saying John Cena. The
Yeah.
stipulation would be him because he has mentioned retirement.
Yeah. Right.
So Either or, either you become a 17-time champion or you're going to retire.
Right. And if there's no added stipulations like no disqualification or whatever like that,
Then I'm just
eh,
not gonna bother. Yeah.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
a straight up in the ring. Forget about that nonsense.
Because are
Yeah.
they? Because I mean, it seems like they're trying to protect Roman Reigns for an extra length of time to surpass somebody on the list. He's not going to become number one. I'm sorry. We're going to have to do this HHW show for the next 4 or 5 years in order for him to even get close to being number one as the reigning champion. I don't see that happening. There's
We'll
no way.
see. We'll see. Listen,
Oh God,
it's
no.
all great. It's all great. And we're gonna have this debate again. We will. John Cena. Is John Cena the greatest of all time? What is your take on it? And again, you could tune in to our website, hhwshow.com. My Twitter feed, OV_HHW show. Vote. Is John Cena the greatest of all time? Let us know. Next week, we'll put it up there in our show and we'll continue our argument. All right. I'm just saying, I think he is. Hector says no and can't wait till next week. Well, Frank and his point of view. That's a long shot, but okay. Thank you for tuning into the HHW show. Have a great one, everyone. Let's love some wrestling this Saturday. Crown Jewels.